Hi everyone, it's me Shadell. Welcome back. So a couple weeks ago, I had made a house in Paralives for my para person, and I decided that I was gonna make the same house but in The Sims. So sit back and relax and see how it turned out. So we started off in Tortosa. I started off in Tortosa in the Bella Delamore place. It's directly on the beach. And I first decided let me make the building exactly the way I had done it in Paralives. I made the first floor a larger space than what I did with the second floor. The wall height was larger on the first floor just because in Paralives the wall height just seems bigger to me, and also because I wanted of the windows. I couldn't find the correct kind of teal color that was in the Sims, so I just ended up using this blue, ocean blue color. And I did find a door that was similar to the door that I used in Paralives. Then I gave the roof just a beachy feel to it, and I then went, and this was the hard part, was to make the the loft, because when I tried to make the top part, it just wasn't working the way I wanted it to work. But eventually I got it fixed out. It's just trial and error. It's not an open floor pan on the top, so I put an archway, and then I separated the rooms because we don't have the room separator in Sims 4 like we do in Paralives. So for the kitchen, it's still going to be open plan, but I just had to separate it for now. Then now what I was doing was looking at the wallpapers that I used inside. I tried to get everything as similar as I could as possible to what I had in Paralives, but it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work trying to get it all fixed up. Just trying to figure out what I wanted. I was so excited for the paralyzed bathroom, and I just really wanted it to fit the same, but I get it kind of close to it, not exactly. Now I go back and I'm working on the kitchen. As you can see, the lighting is terrible because even though the tile fits the whole floor, half of the tile is light and then the other half is dark, which that's a thing in The Sims 4 that I don't like, is the lighting on the builds. Next, I go in and I added an archway to go from the kitchen directly into the little office space library area. I put a door for the bathroom. Now, as I was talking about with upstairs, I removed the walls for the kitchen, and then upstairs I tried to think of what I was going to do. I took a while just staring at the build, trying to think if I should put a door or should I just put an archway. I end up putting an archway. I also went back and added brick to one side of the house downstairs because upstairs it was covered in brick. So that's just so that it could all blend in. Then I was looking at the wallpaper for the bedroom. I chose something. I think I changed it. I don't know if I was happy with it or if I kept it the same, but I think I do. I think I end up changing it. The good thing about with the Sims is as you can see, it's going to be like I'm still not happy with the stairs, with the loft. I don't know why, I just wasn't. So with the windows upstairs, because in Paralives you can drag the window across, I decided to use the wall, the glass wall, and it actually looked really nice. Um, end up using the glass wall in a couple of different other spots as well. Then for the windows, I used the windows from, I think that's the Machino pack. Yeah, I used those windows because it just looked better and it added more to it. I then went, I'm trying to think of all the things that I did with this because I did this house a couple days ago, but because of work, I just couldn't, I didn't have time to put it up. So as you can see, I was working on the top and then I decided, let me just go ahead and just put the glass wall up on the top. And it actually looked nice. And I put it at the bottom by the stairs. Then I realized, oh, you can see this. You can see the stairs. So I did it again. And I got it the way I wanted it to be. Then I'm looking at it. It's starting to take shape. Not as much as I wanted it to, but it did. The thing that got to me was doing the windows downstairs. Because the windows downstairs, I had to keep on looking at my Paralives, a picture of the house I did in Paralives, to try and figure out how was the window. I end up changing the windows a couple times. I think I end up just sticking with the Machino, the windows from the Machino pack, just because I think they look better. I do like those as well. I think I keep them. There we go. You see, as I said, I brought it up because I didn't know how to. I was trying so hard to try and see how do I fix it, especially with the curtains, because the curtains for me was a nightmare. They were not clipping. They were not setting. They were just clipping all the time. But I think I stay with those. And then I was looking at for the picture. And as you can see there, I go and I delete the windows. I don't know if I stayed with those. I really do think I went for the Machino windows. I don't know. Yep, I did. And I just found them to be better. And then just trying to figure out curtains that would fit on it. And some were good and some not so good. Then I found the picture that I wanted. I put it up. It was a really nice picture of just a flower. And I got the TV. And next I was doing for the couch. I realized that the couch was really too close to the front room. I will eventually, I think I change out the one to a two-seater. And then next I was going for the rugs because as you can see, I'm looking at the picture of how the living room is and I was just trying to mimic whatever was in there. So some things look similar and then some are just minor adjustments for the stuff that I couldn't find. I did enjoy with the table, just looking for stuff to put on the table. I really wanted, it would have been nice if we had a gingerbread house, because there's one next to the TV in Paralives, but I couldn't find one, so I think I just used the cake. I do end up, so this house is going to be in my, it's going to be in my, why am I losing my train of thought? It's in my Star Sign Legacy Challenge. I don't know yet if I will use it like a guest house, or maybe I'll move Kayori's grandparents into the house. I don't know yet. Or maybe it'll be for our second gen. We'll have to see. But it's a beautiful house. It ends up to be beautiful. I'm almost done with it, and then I was just looking for the table because I wanted something similar. I end up changing the table, I think, because I end up finding the thing that I need. I know we have a bar table in The Sims, but for some reason I could not find it. I kept searching for it. I think I even searched for it manually and I could not find it. But guess what? A couple days later in my game, I find it. So there we go. I'm going through it and looking at everything and placing it down. Just trying to see how it fits. How does it go in with... And this wasn't so bad. This was actually fun. Just looking at stuff and trying to see. Don't mind that picture in the background there, because that was me not realizing that my webcam was on and I'm sitting in the dark trying to build. So I do eventually take it off. I don't think it comes back on. But there we go. I'm at it again, looking for stuff to add onto the bar table. There we go. I found one, but it wasn't even this one. We do have another one that I find at a later date. But if I go look for it now, I bet you I will not be able to find it. But it was fun just putting it on there. So next was the kitchen. The kitchen part was easy because the counters were clean and I kind of knew what to put for the counters. That part was easy. Even with the stove, I knew it was going to be like a nice, clean, sleek stove. I don't think I've ever used these counters before in a kitchen. No, I don't think I have. I've always used all the other kitchens, and this is a base game, so it really came out pretty, really looked nice. And then I was just adding the other touches to it, like the different decor that I had in the kitchen. Not that I had much, but whatever I add on, it does end up looking nice. I did enjoy this part of just looking. I can't wait. I haven't yet started playing with my Paralives because I've been so busy with work, but I can't wait to get into it and play with my para person. She is so cute and I just can't wait to start with her. Back to this. So I am busy preparing and I've put everything on there already. And then I think from here I go to the dining room. Or not the dining room, the library. I just noticed little black picture there. That's my webcam. We will ignore that. But yes, we go to the dining room. And from there, yeah, we move to not the dining room, I'm sorry. It's just a little area in the corner that is a dining, that we use as the dining room. First things first, I had to look for a little round table, which I put down, and I added the chairs. I love those chairs. And then that was when I found the two-seater, the black two-seater couch, so I used that. Next, we went over to the library. So the library was pretty easy, just a regular old bookshelf, and then I got the curtains. I don't know how I did the curtains. I don't remember. Oh yes, I put blinds and then I added other curtains over it. I tried to make them blue curtains just so that they match. It wasn't so bad. Then I added the little reading lamp, and we did have a wingback chair that I put in there, a pink one with a poof. And then that was it. There wasn't much else that needed to be added. Then for the bathroom, the tubs. I used a clawfoot tub, freestanding. Added the blinds, this was easy. This was pretty easy. It went pretty okay. Although, if I must say, I prefer the blinds from Paralives. As you can see, it looks more real. It looks much better. I added my sink, and then I think I would change the wallpaper. I don't remember if I did. Yes, not all of it, just one side to give it an accent wall. And it didn't look too bad. It actually looked kind of cute. Adding a little bit of decor. And then I'm going to go in and add the toilet and the shower, which is just a simple toilet that I put in, and then the shower. So the one thing that we do have in Sims that we don't have in Paralives is toilet paper, which was what I had added. And I changed the floor, the tiles. So there's a lot of color, a lot of stuff going on in that bathroom, but it adds to the decor. And I remember to add the smoke alarm, and now I'm adding the banister across the railing across the top floor, which actually that looks really nice because it added matching railing with it. The only problem was, yes, when I tried to remove it, I couldn't, so it ends up just being like that, which is fine with me. Next, we're doing the bed. So for the curtains, I used the blinds right across, which actually looked really nice. And then the bed, I tried to get one that was similar as possible. I ended up using one from Cats and Dogs. I don't think I've ever used this bed either, but it was really nice. And the side tables were just simple from Cats and Dogs as well. I used quite a bit of packs, so I didn't stick to one particular pack or something. I haven't done that as yet, which is strange because I should. I think I do use 1 or 2 CC content in there, but it's not that much. So if I do add it to the gallery and it is missing, you could always just substitute it for something else in the game. I enjoyed this part that I was doing next, which was making the study area, her art space. It was just really fun. I end up, it actually turns out really, really good. I ended up finding quite a few art supplies and books. Oh, did I find books? And then it was like I wanted to use anything and everything, but I don't end up doing that, but I did enjoy looking it up and putting it down. As you can see, I was like just deleting and then adding, and then it was a nightmare. The table, I just had a simple white table. And then it's like just adding all the little bits and pieces, like putting it all together, the little odds and ends that made the room. It was really pretty. I didn't forget to add the keyboard, which I'm happy. There's a keyboard in Paralives and there's a keyboard in The Sims. I think this is when I'm looking for painting supplies. Yes, I was trying to look for the painting supplies, which I don't know why I was so because I know where it is. I don't know. I thought so. That's how it was starting, and then as you can see, I started laying things down of just the things that I'm going to add and use, and it was fun. And then I add the yoga mat, and I think we are almost finished with it. Yes. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget, give it a nice big thumbs up. If you have not done so already, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next build. Goodbye.